They did it. They made a Pokemon game that's different. And I don't mean Sun and Moon different, I mean built different. Legends Arceus is an open world romp through varying terrains filled to the brim with Pokemon to catch, side quests to undertake, nobles to quell, and inventory slots to expand, so let's talk about it. You're going to be catching Pokemon in this game. You're going to be catching a lot of Pokemon in this game. Forget trainer battles, there's barely any. Legends Arceus is about getting out there and bringing the wilderness to its knees in pursuit of filling out your Pokedex. Each Dex entry has a list of repeatable micro-objectives to tick off, and doing any 10 of them will consider your entry complete. Filling up your Pokedex gets you rank points and is how you earn star rankings to allow higher level Pokemon to obey you and to get access to better tools and bowels. So you do be wanting to catch them all in the closest to literal sense of any Pokemon game there's ever been. There is a ton to do, and in a 12-hour session, you'll barely make a dent. I'm putting this review out before I finish the game because I've clocked 30 hours so far, and that's good enough for a verdict. So here comes the game graph. 4 categories: story, graphics, mechanics, and fun. How's the story? Does anyone care in a Pokemon game? Usually not, but Legends Arceus at least has a mildly neat concept of a modern trainer falling through a time rift or something, and then becoming the outsider hero of ancient Hisui by joining the Survey Corps and helping people learn more about and get less terrified of Pokemon by filling out the first Pokedex that actually feels like you're collecting original data for it instead of just catching a Pokemon and having the Dex tell you some pre-written nonsense that apparently already knew. In every area, you have to quell, word of the day, a noble Pokemon who has been frenzied by space lightning and then just move on to the next one. That's pretty much the extent of the main mission narrative, and all it does is provide a background objective that shepherds you from place to place, giving you an official reason to be there. I give the story a 60 because who cares, but also the main missions are super dialogue heavy and none of the characters make an impact. Graphics are the real negative center of attention in Legends Arceus because it's a Switch game and Nintendo doesn't want to make a system where games can look good, but you can't even solely blame the Switch because it's capable of some nice graphics like in Super Mario Odyssey and Smash, but Legends Arceus is either on par with or worse than Sword and Shield. Pokemon games are just never going to get the graphical treatment they deserve. Also, Breath of the Wild isn't much better looking than this, if at all, so comparing Legends Arceus negatively to that game doesn't make as much of a statement as some people think. The Pokemon models themselves aren't bad, but the environments are just blurry pixels. There's a draw distance of about 30 feet, and if Pokemon are flying back and forth in the distance, you can see the exact moment when the game decides to save performance and stop rendering 90% of the frames, and all of a sudden Staraptor turns into the lag type. Playing this game makes you wonder what it could have been like if it felt like it had any budget at all. And it's not just the environments. Character models and animations are even worse. Whenever a character is surprised by something that happens, their eyes widen and their mouth just contorts into this O shape. They end up looking like a lifeless blow-up doll. And whenever something happens the team just didn't want to animate, they don't. They throw up a black screen and insert a sound effect. Good job, guys, really earning your paycheck out here. Graphics get a 30. It truly is some lazy, embarrassing bullshit, but the Pokemon are nice, and moves like Hydro Pump look decent. Swinging in a more positive direction, finally, the mechanics are pretty good for the most part. Resource gathering is functional and crafting balls is good, although the rest of the stuff you'll probably just want to buy. There are 3 categories of Pokeball that each have their own version of Poke, Great, and Ultra, one being normal balls that function normally, one being heavy balls that have way less range but are supposedly better for sneaking up on a Pokemon and giving them hella back shots, although in my experience these balls suck and get broken out of all the damn time, so you're better off using the other 2. And the third category is feather balls that have humongous range and fly super fast and are basically broken in a good way because you can spam them on Pokemon that are too far away to notice you even if they do break out. I've caught level 85 alphas in wing balls, which are only the great ball equivalent of feather balls, just by backshotting them repeatedly and timing my next throw for right when they're set to escape the previous one. You can stunlock Pokemon this way and guarantee difficult catches. It's pretty swell and they don't even break out that many times. Speaking of alphas, I was under the impression that you had to fight these big dudes to catch them. Nah, just toss a ball at their ass that's at least of great ball caliber, and like 40% of the time they just stay in it, whatever their level. Catching Pokemon is a great time. Filling out the Dex entries is intuitive. Moves can now have strong styles and agile styles that give them bonuses at the cost of PP, and they're alright. The move tutor in this game is phenomenal. She'll teach your Pokemon incredible moves for a very low fee, better moves as you increase your rank, and all the Pokemon's base stats have been inflated so everyone feels a lot stronger. I give the mechanics a 90. All the tweaks feel right. Now for the most important category, fun. Legends Arceus is super fun. I have a great time playing it. I get sunk into it. I play 8-hour sessions of this game. It's hard to put down. Seemingly, despite everything, this game is incredibly bingeable and will keep you hooked at pretty much the same rate as it would have if it didn't look like it came out a decade ago. It's like a delicious meal that's arranged super haphazardly on a plate. Looks messy, but tastes so good. The only not fun parts are sitting through slow-ass dialogue with groggy, stilted, effortless animations and waiting for them to release you into the wild like an unwanted Pokemon so you can go be everything you were meant to be. That said, this game has zero replay value because I think after you finally finish everything the first time, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. There's really no reason to, but a 50-plus hour game, if you're diligent about side quests and dex completion, is a terrific one-time deal anyway. Fun gets a 90. So now for the final score, which is not an aggregate of previous scores. We just take everything into consideration and then pull a number out of our ass. And in this case, those two anal digits are 8 and 4. Pokemon Legends Arceus gets an 84 out of 100, and 10 of those missing points are because it looks like garbage. Otherwise, you'd have a real Game of the Year contender right out of the gate. Wouldn't be surprised if it was still nominated for Best RPG or something, though. That's gonna do it for this Game Graph. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch all my videos back to back in the shower, and I'll see you guys next time.